And once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at Collinsville High School as we get you ready for the fifth place game this afternoon as the hometown Collinsville Jayhawks get ready to take on the Rail Splitters of Lincoln High School. And once again, my name is Todd Duke alongside Dr. Chris McCluskey. As we get ready to bring you this one, we'll update you on what has transpired here so far this morning. The first game of the day was the 13th place game that saw Granite City down Alton 45-38. Next up was the 11th place game that saw Mundelein hold off Althoff in a 1-point game, 56-55. And then the game you just heard or just watched, O'Fallon down Collierville, Tennessee in the 7th place game, 62-51. And that brings us to the 5th place contest. And Dr. Chris McCluskey, you know that neither one of these teams wanted to be in this 5th place game, but here they are.
They did not, but should make for a pretty good matchup here between the Rail Splitters and the Jayhawks. I'm pretty excited for this matchup, actually.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how Collinsville handles the different type of basketball that Lincoln brings that we don't usually see around here in the Southwest Conference.
We don't. You know, Lincoln really confused O'Fallon. You saw them put up next to nothing on the board. So it'd be interesting to see how the Jayhawk offense responds to this unique Lincoln defense.
Collinsville is one of just 3 teams left in this tournament that has 3 guys averaging double digits in scores, led by Jake Wilkinson with his 56 points. He's averaging 18.7 points per game. And then Jamari Weisinger and Zach Chambers both have scored 43 points, and they're averaging 14.3 points per game. The only guy in double figures as far as average goes for Lincoln is Peyton Cook. He has scored 34 points, and that's good for 11.3 points per game. Collinsville, one of only 2 teams that is shooting 50% or better from the field. The other one is Quincy, which we will see here a little bit later on tonight. Collinsville is shooting exactly 50% from the field, while the Rail Splitters come in shooting 40% from the field. 3-point shot, a little bit of an advantage for Collinsville, 38% to 28% for Lincoln. And from the free throw line, Collinsville is right up there with Belleville East in the 70s as far as free throw percentage is concerned. Collinsville is at 73%, while Belleville East is at 79%. But everybody else in this tournament is either in the 30s or the 40s, and that includes Lincoln, who comes in at 41% from the free throw line. We've talked about it. We've seen it. Matt Clark and I have broadcasted how important free throws are in this tournament, and no one can seem to hit them except for Collinsville and Belleville East.
It's amazing. I mean, just in the game in general, it seems like free throw percentages are down, across the board. I don't know if kids just don't shoot as much as they used to or what the deal is, but you're exactly right. And, we call them free throws for a reason, right?
They are free, and if you can make them in there, those are just free points that you don't have to exert much energy for,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Rebound battle so far is being won by Collinsville. They have pulled 93 rebounds off the board, 66 of those on the defensive side of things. Meanwhile, Lincoln, they have 79 rebounds, and 54 of those have been defensively. Turnover department, Lincoln has turned the ball over 36 times in this tournament, while the Collinsville Jayhawks have turned the ball over 30 times in this tournament. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. And we'll begin with Lincoln. They will put on the floor Trey Schilling. He is a 5'11" junior. Keon Carson, number 10. He's 5'6", but he plays like he's 6'3". Telling you what, this kid is a ball of energy out there on the floor. And
I love it.
5'6" junior. Tyler Sauce, a 6'5" senior. Jake Biven, a 6'2" senior. And Peyton Cook, who we already mentioned as the leading scorer for Lincoln, is a 6'7" senior. For Collinsville, they will counter with the usual 5 suspects that we have seen so far this year, starting most all of their games. Nick Horace, a 6'3" junior. Jamari Weisinger, a 6' junior. Jake Wilkinson, a 6'4" senior. Adam Remar, the 6'6" senior. And Zach Chambers, the 6'8" junior. Collinsville, they are going to be the visiting team here on their own home floor in this contest. So they'll be out here dressed in their road purple jerseys and shorts. They'll have white stripes down the sides of the jerseys and the shorts. Numbers on the fronts and the back are in white. And Collinsville has the word Collinsville written across the tops of their jerseys right over their numbers. Lincoln Rail Splitters, they come in. Boy, they had some nice-looking warm-up stuff out there, didn't they? Looked like the Harlem Globetrotters with those red and black striped long pants.
Yeah, nice graphics on the tops and vertical stripes on bottom. And they come with a deep bench as well. They've got a whole army of guys out there to welcome their starters.
Yeah, and Neil Alexander, he coached in his 1,000th game as a Lincoln head coach in the first game of this tournament. Yesterday, Collinsville, in their first game of the day of their two, Coach Lee coached in his 400th game as a Collinsville K-Hawk. So you got some pedigree out there.
Yeah, I think that Coach Alexander has 900.
He's over 920-something wins for his career.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he has 750 wins and 250 losses. At least that's what he had in that first game after he won that game for just playing for Lincoln. So the rest of that came from somewhere else. And yeah, he's
I don't know if there's ever been a coach still coaching and the court's already named after him.
Yeah, I hear you there. Excuse me. All right, Lincoln, they'll be the home team here in this fifth place game, and they're out there in their white uniforms. They have the biggest numbers on the backs of their jerseys that I have ever seen any basketball team have.
Yes, they do. Well, they know you're getting old, and they, your
That's
eyes,
right.
so they're just trying to help you out, Todd.
I wish everybody would do that. They have their white uniforms on. The numbers on the backs are in green. Big old bold green, trimmed in a little red, and they have the word Lincoln across the fronts of their jerseys over their numbers. Both teams have been introduced to a very good-sized crowd here at Collinsville High School for this fifth place game. After this, it's the consolation championship, and then we'll get down to real business, and we'll have the third place game and the championship game all looking forward to after this fifth place contest. So both teams are out there ready to go. Excuse me. Trying real hard to keep my voice here.
Hey, you're doing great, man.
Zach and Matt have the next game for you, the consolation championship, and they'll have the last two games of the night. The third place game Zach Roseman will do with me, and the championship game Matt Clark will do with me. We are ready to go. Zach Chambers is out in the middle of the floor along with Peyton Cook. The tip-off is won by Collinsville, and we are underway. Here come the K-Hawks and Jamori Weisinger. Weisinger in deliberate and steal. I told you, the guy's 5'6" and plays like he's 6'3". First points of this game belong to Keon Carson after a steal as Jamari Weisinger kind of just fell asleep there at the midcourt stripe.
Yeah, well, Mr. Weisinger is going to have to step up his game today because little Mr. Keon does not play around.
No, he does not.
He is quick.
He is, and he's at the free throw line because there was a foul at the end of that play as well, so he's trying to turn it into a two-point play. Jake Wilkinson almost fell into the lane just as Carson was shooting that free throw, and that just makes him 2 for 4 in this tournament from the free throw line.
Well, Jake looked like a ballerina down there, but he held on.
Not a very graceful one, but yeah. Collinsville will try to answer. It's 3-0 in favor of Lincoln. K-Hawks finished in first place in 2019, no tournament in 2020, and Collinsville finished in third last year after they handed Quincy a loss in that third place game. So Collinsville trying to battle for fifth, and there is a big three-pointer by Wilkinson to tie this thing up.
Nice offensive rebound by senior Mr. Remar, Adam Remar, to give us a second chance, and Jake Wilkinson makes good on it with a triple.
Here is Carson. He'll swing it around to the top of the key, and they'll find Schilling, and then they'll work it up into the corner and back over onto the wing for Carson. Carson gives it up now for Peyton Cook. Peyton Cook has that one swatted away by Zach Chambers. Collinsville picks up the loose ball. They'll bring it up quickly. Here is Wilkinson off the glass. No good. Rebound batted around for Chambers for a while, but it ends up finding the hands of Peyton Cook, and here comes Carson again all the way up. He'll find Trey Schilling. Backwards will go to Sauce, and then back over to Carson. He was just over on the other side of the floor. Next thing I look up, and he's over here on the other side.
He moves quickly.
He does. Lincoln, they move the ball around pretty well around that outside perimeter. They'll waste some time, but now that we have the shot clock, they've had to adjust a little bit, and they've handled it quite well. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson drives baseline. Shot from about 12 feet out. Won't fall. Zach Chambers had his hands on the rebound, and he got kind of hit in the backside by Tyler Sauce, and we're going to have our first foul of the game, and it's going to belong to the Lincoln 6'5", 12. Oh, excuse me. They gave that one to Peyton Cook, the 6'7" senior. Inbound pass knocked out of bounds by Carson. Came out of nowhere, didn't he?
These guards better be ready, I'm telling you. And also Lincoln playing this interesting 3-2 zone, but it looks more like a man because the guards are so active on the defensive side of the floor.
Weisinger, he'll launch a three-point shot. That one won't fall in. It was close to going in, but just hit the back side of that rim and bounced out off the front side of the rim. Rebound belongs to Lincoln. We're locked in a 3-3 tie. Here is Cook on the left wing. Back out to the top of the key now for Biven. Biven shoots it back out for Carson. Back over to Cook. Cook, free throw line, shot, good.
Nice dribble drive from the free throw line out of Cook. That puts Quincy up 5-3. Here comes Nicky Tony against a little press.
Boris gets it across the line, or excuse me, Weisinger got it across the line to Wilkinson. Now back to Weisinger. Wilkinson deep on the left wing, now over to the right side for Horace. Top of the key, and Collinsville will take a little playbook out of the Lincoln playbook and pass it around the outside perimeter for a little while. They'll stay out there, and Lincoln trying to press the issue. They'll bring some players out. Weisinger for three, and that one won't fall either. He's right there.
So close.
That's two in a row that have almost gone in, so he just needs to keep on doing that. They'll fall eventually.
Yeah, he's on it. That was a good shot. Good look, good shot.
5-3 remains the, okay, I was wondering, where's that noise coming from? 5-3 is our score, and here is Cook at the top of the key. Long three for him, and that one does the same thing that Weisinger's did. And it comes down into the hands of Wilkinson. Wilkinson fires it across the line to Horace. Horace on the left wing. Stops his dribble, gives it to Remar. Remar just outside the lane, needs a little bit of help, and he'll find it in the form of Wilkinson. Around to Weisinger, back over to Wilkinson. They'll play catch for a little bit. One dribble, back up and around, now over to Horace. Back over to Weisinger. Weisinger to Horace. See, and Lincoln, they know that three-point shot lurking out there, so they'll not give much room out there if they can help it. Here is Wilkinson, tries to do a little head fake to get around Biven, but around the hop we go at the buzzer. A shot that was missed by Wilkinson, and we'll go the other way with it. And
what happened? Did it hit the backboard?
Ball must have went out of bounds. Hit the rim, I don't know.
It did not go out of bounds.
No, I'm not sure what the whistle was for.
Unless they said Zach's foot was out of bounds. That's the only thing I can imagine.
Yeah, could be. Biven in the corner, gets it to Cook. Cook turns around, takes a shot, can't get it off. No way. Chambers got nothing but ball, but the referee saw it differently.
Says he got him on the arm, and maybe he did. At any rate, that is going to put Mr. Cook on the line for a chance for two. Stopping the clock with 4:13 left here in the first period at Virgil Fletcher Gym.
Peyton Cook, 3 for 6 from the free throw line here in this tournament. And he'll try to get 2 here. Railers already up by 1, or excuse me, by 2. Now make it 3. Chase Reynolds will check into the game. Adam Remar will go to the bench. That's a big size difference in the swap out.
It is. With the heavy guard action on defense out of Lincoln, I think Coach is looking for some little bit of quickness, a little bit of extra guard play for your K-Hawks.
The rebound belongs to Collinsville after the second missed free throw. They'll get it across the line to Weisinger. We're halfway through this first quarter of this 5th place game. 6-3 right now. Lincoln has the 3-point lead. Here is Reynolds to Weisinger. Back over to Reynolds. Into the side for Horace. He skips across the rim too. Collinsville's just off on their 3-point shots.
Yeah, they've had good looks. They're just not falling, so I don't mind that because they will fall.
Eventually, and you know they're not going to give up. Here is Cook in the corner right at the end of the K-Hawk bench. Gives it up now. Carson with it. Carson in the slot between the top of the key and the midcourt circle. Then he'll start his move over toward the left wing and then back it up a little bit. 3.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Cook delivers a pass over to Schilling. Schilling, backside, looking for Saucy. Finds him. Biven out front for Carson. Carson looks over to the bench to get some instructions, and they're like, just play basketball. Right at the shot clock. Carson banks it off the glass. 5-point lead now for Lincoln.
I mean, Collinsville can't be happy with that. You know, you run a shot, you run them down to the end of the shot clock. There's a timeout by Darren Lee. You can't let a 5'6" guy score an uncontested layup in the paint.
30-second timeout. We'll be back in just about that time on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go K-Hawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
.305 left to play here in this opening quarter of this fifth place contest between Collinsville and Lincoln. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. Here is Weisinger as Collinsville trails by 5. They'll get it over to Horace, who will give it to Chase Reynolds. Back over to Weisinger. Weisinger and Reynolds will throw it around for a little while. Now Weisinger looking to give it to somebody different. That would be Nick Horace. Back to Weisinger. He'll launch another 3, and that one's good. Knew he'd find it sooner or later.
Yeah, he was looking for it, and, man, that's a big bucket, to cut the lead to 2 by Lincoln.
8-6 the score. Lincoln with the basketball. They'll swing it around the perimeter once again. It ends up with Carson. Back out front now. New players in the game. Aiden Gowan to Carson. Carson throws it over in the corner to Gowan. Back out front now for Camden Nelson, who's just into the game as well. Cook lost the handle on the ball, and it was found by Chambers, and now a pickup as Jamori Weisinger wasn't paying attention. That ball got picked up right out of his pocket, and Lincoln will go back to work. Here's a three-pointer by Nelson. That hits the top of the backboard.
Be out of bounds, shouldn't it?
And it's now out of bounds, and Collinsville will get the ball back anyway.
Top of the backboard, not out of bounds?
White top, no, as long as it doesn't hit the guide wires or the poles.
Okay.
You can hit the sides, the bottom, and the top of the backboard.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't hit those poles that are holding everything up.
Learn something new every day.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks, my butt. Weisinger, a couple of times now, he's got his pocket picked from not paying attention, so he'll have to get a wake-up call, and now we have a push from behind on Chambers, and that looks like it might belong to Drew Hayes.
Yeah, Drew Hayes guilty of the push. Credit Zach for being big and strong. And yeah, I mean, we keep saying it, but Keelan Carson is going to be all in your business, so you better get ready.
Yeah, they don't take him out of the game very much either. Here is Chambers. Chambers muscles his way into the paint, can't complete the shot. Trying to get the ball back, he can't do that either. Lincoln, they come up with it. They'll have a 2-point lead. We're down to the final 90 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. And here is Hayes around the horn. Nelson, they'll give it to Cook. Cook back out front now for Gowan. Into the corner for Nelson once again, and back out front for Cook. Over to Carson on the wing. Deeper on the wing for Gowan. And now cooking. That's what Lincoln will do to you. They'll lull you to sleep by keeping that ball on the outside perimeter. They have 9 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Carson on the wing. Cook down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Nelson. Nelson in the corner. Shot at the clock. Rolls across the rim. No good. And the rebound picked up by Nick Horace. And right when he got his hands on it, a whistle blew, and we're going to have a foul called against Lincoln.
I couldn't tell if it was a foul or a shot clock stoppage.
He gave the chop. Yep.
Yeah.
They called it against Aiden Gowan, his first personal. That is Lincoln's third as a team. Collinsville has 2 fouls up on the board. K-Hawks bring it across, or trying to bring it across. They finally do with Weisinger. Weisinger at the midcourt stripe, bounces a pass over to Horace. Horace back to Weisinger. They'll play catch for a moment. We're down to the final 45 seconds, 20 seconds on the shot clock, but a 3-point shot anyway by Weisinger, no good. Chambers with the rebound, count the bucket and the bruise. Chambers will go to the free throw line.
Yes, sir. Credit Big 44. Zach Chambers has had an incredible tournament, and looks like he doesn't have any plans on stopping today. Credit Nick Horace for the big rebound on the other end to get that transition game started.
8-8 the score. Chambers trying to make it 9-8 Collinsville, and Zach is 7 for 7 in this tournament from the free throw line.
There's that percentage we talk about, Todd.
Yeah, the percentage everybody wants, but there's very few that have it, and there goes that percentage. Just blew it up.
Never to come back.
Nope. There's about a 4-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock, so 30 seconds in the game, 26 in the shot clock, and here is Carson. Carson sends it over to Gowan. Gowan at the near side sideline, throws a pass up front for Cook, over onto the wing now for Carson. Carson dribbles it all the way back to the top of the key. Backs up a little bit toward the K-Hawk logo, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Gowan. Up front has just entered the game, or just re-entered the game, was Salce. Here is Carson, and at the shot clock horn, a whistle right after that missed shot.
I think
We go out of bounds.
well, referee.
Shot clock violation, they call it.
Oh, and he wanted to put time back on the clock. So we got 4.4 seconds left for the K-Hawks to move the ball down the court.
Chase Reynolds will handle the inbound. He does so to Weisinger. Weisinger approaches half court at the midway stripe and almost gets it in there off the glass and then off the rim. But we will have an 8-8 tie as we head to quarter number 2, which we will tell you about right after a timeout on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. We welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We did the math, which I'm not very good at, by the way. 1,624 combined wins between Coach Alexander and Coach Lee. Alexander's at 919. Coach Lee is at 705.
Absolutely incredible.
Thanks for Zach Roseman for sending me that text. He's down there at the scorer's table next to the guy who prints out all of our stats. And we are underway here in quarter number 2. Here is Cook out front, and a tipped pass by Gowan finds Sauce. And now Carson outside. Cook comes inside, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. K-Hawks bring it back up. Here is Nick Horace. Horace on the right wing, got away with it, and, well, it doesn't matter anyway because he throws the ball away right into the hands of Gowan. Gowan, he'll settle down over in the corner, give it up to Cook on the wing. Cook dribbles and drives and misses the mark. And there is another rebound by Collinsville and Nick Horace. Looking for a little help. Finds it in the form of Chase Reynolds. Back over to Horace, across the line, and Wilkinson wasn't watching.
Nope, not paying a bit of attention.
That's like 3 times today we haven't been paying attention and got burned for it.
And, I mean, I get it. He doesn't run guard, but still got to know where the ball is, right?
He looked back and saw it go right behind him.
He heard it,
yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Well, we messed up his hair on the way. 8-8 remains our score. That's what it was after one quarter. Here we are in the second with a minute gone, and it stays 8-8 after another missed shot by Lincoln. Collinsville keeps on pulling down these defensive rebounds, but unable to turn them into points.
Yeah, it's kept us in the game.
It has. Here is Weisinger. Weisinger all the way out to midcourt stripe for Horace. Back over to Jamori. Weisinger dribbles with that right hand and bounces it onto the right wing. Gets it back from Chase Reynolds. Onto the left side now for Horace. In the paint, Wilkinson, he's fouled.
Yeah.
And he'll go to the line for 2, and that one's going to go against Cook.
Yeah, good call. Cook was all in Wilkinson's space. Not only did he not let him land, but he had a hand on his arm.
So it was a double foul. He should be shooting 4?
Yes. You want me to yell at the referee?
Sure, go right ahead. Turn your microphone down first.
You should have 4 shots, dang it.
And nice job. I'll tell you what, Wilkinson leads in points, and he also was a perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line, so now 4 for 4. And what is that?
That is that percentage we talk about.
Yeah.
It's fairly perfect.
And, well, see,
we got to quit talking about it.
I guess so, because
like the no-hitter.
We ruined Zach Chambers' chance, and we just ruined Wilkinson's chance as well. Remar wants to check back in as soon as he gets an opportunity to. Here is a possession by Lincoln, and that is Gowan. Gowan back out front now for Carson. Carson over to the corner now, and they'll go back to work to Sauce. Carson once again. A dribble drive by Carson. He probably walked in the lane as well. Yeah,
sure.
he did. We have those same 3 referees. Is that the same?
It's the NBA.
Okay.
NBA rules.
Into the corner for Reynolds. Outside now for Weisinger. Weisinger back over to Horace. And they'll play catch for a while, and then they'll involve Chase Reynolds in the little catch competition. Weisinger gets double teamed on the sideline and throws it all the way back out. Nicely done. That saves a timeout for later in case you need it. And Weisinger comes in, drives baseline. Probably was fouled on the way, but turns it into 2 points anyway.
Hey, he stayed strong, got good position with his body, and that's good for a Collinsville 11-8 lead.
Salce all the way around into the corner for Hayes and back out of the corner for Gowan. And back over onto the other side for Biven. Here is Carson with a big, long arching three, and that one ends up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will get another ball.
In our all-tournament team of names that we've talked about, I want to put nominate Sasse.
Oh, yeah.
There. I mean, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. S-A-S-S-E. Sasse.
I love it.
Here's Sasse. And the clocks aren't going. Neither one of the clocks are going. The shot clock or the game clock, neither one was going.
Come on, Coach Rhodes.
Well, I think the game clock is Chris Kettler. Yeah, game clock is Chris Kettler, and the shot clock is Colton Rhodes.
They were down there playing rock, paper, scissors. What was happening?
Well, I guess they kept
happens.
I guess they kept on tying, and they had to keep going.
I used to run the clock for these guys when they were younger, and I can't tell you how many times the crowd was yelling, "Clock!" Because you start watching.
Yeah. All right, now both clocks are running, and we're across the midcourt stripe with Chase Reynolds. Reynolds gets it to Horace. To Wilkinson, who couldn't hold on to the ball. He was already looking to move with it and didn't have it in his hands first.
Hot potato, baby.
Here comes Carson. He's across the midcourt stripe, and over into the corner he goes, and underneath the basket, foul. That's going to belong to Remar, and the basket is good for Drew Hayes. So Hayes will head to the free throw line for Lincoln, and Hayes coming into this contest 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Remar needs to be careful. I know he's frustrated, but, man, he slammed that basketball down on the floor to the referee. Don't want any extra attention. It's one thing to make a mistake.
That's his first foul. It's only the team's third, so we're good there. And the free throw hits the top of the backboard after it hits the rim. And Remar helps himself out by getting the rebound.
Good job, young man.
Across the line. Weisinger waits, then moves, gives to Horace. Back to Weisinger. Horace well out front. Weisinger, he's well off that left-hand wing as well. They'll play catch for a while. Got a shot clock to worry about, which is down to 10. Here is Wilkinson. They'll move it up into the perimeter just outside the lane for Remar. Backs into the paint, takes the shot off the bottom of the rim. So that shot clock was about ready to go off before he did that, but it's not going to matter because Collinsville couldn't get the rebound. And Lincoln, they do. They bring the ball up, and around the horn it goes, and it ends up with Carson over on the left wing. He'll cut right through the free throw line, and a three-point shot on the way, and that is good for Tyler Salce.
Well, here we are, 4 minutes left in the second period, 2-point game. So a lot could happen in this next 4 minutes.
Railers are up by 2, 13-11. Weisinger across the line. And Collinsville, they'll keep it out there for a little while. Here is Wilkinson, back to Weisinger. Across the way for Chase Reynolds. Reynolds back to Weisinger. He'll launch a three, and that one's good.
Yeah, not a lot of movement by Collinsville, but I'm telling you, you give Jamori Weisinger a step. I mean, that was a 26-foot shot.
Sure was.
He is not afraid to let it fly.
Collinsville back up by 1. Into the corner it goes for Nelson. Back outside for Carson. Top of the key now for Schilling. Schilling gives it up over in the far side corner. That's Biven. Biven gives it up back to Carson. And Carson slows things down a bit. Moves over onto the wing. And Schilling back out front now for Drew Hayes. Hayes over to Schilling. Back to Carson. Shot clock down to 7. There's a three-point try again. That one misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. And Nick Horace. Weisinger comes in, and he is stepping out. Nope.
No, foul.
Foul. I thought he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
They're going to call a foul on Drew Hayes.
Either way. Nick Horace with another big defensive rebound. I mean,
a couple of times he's done that.
For a guard, he is really rebounding the ball well.
1 point lead for Collinsville. 2:52 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville back at it on offense. Here is Wilkinson. Gets out of that corner. Comes back into the corner for Horace. And then Weisinger threw it over the head. Or Weisinger had the ball thrown over his head. Carson turns that into 2 points. And we swing back to a lead for the Railers.
Yeah, it's the second errant pass out of Horace in this half. So we got to get that cleaned up. Especially in a low-scoring game, right? Every possession matters.
Had a handful of mental mistakes already here in this first half. Into the corner, Wilkinson. Wilkinson He'll drive baseline, throws it up for grabs, and guess who grabs it? Carson does. Carson, he dribbles quickly, comes across the line quickly, enters from the wing over to Schilling. Back outside will go now for Darren Stevens. Darren Stevens, excuse me. Didn't he star in Bewitched? And that three-point shot hits the inside of the rim, and there's Horace with another rebound.
Come on, Nicky.
He'll come coast to coast, and he'll turn it into 2 points. Collinsville back out front by 1.
Yeah, redemption song. Nicky goes coast to coast, puts those 2 points back on the board, and we've got a nice ball game on our hands here.
Kind of figured that we would, especially when you get into this third and final day. The matchups are pretty close.
Right.
Lincoln goes back to work. Carson, Schilling. Or excuse me, that was, Trey Schilling. And then over to Saucy. Saucy back out front. And a dribble drive by Biven. Kicks it back out to Carson, over to Schilling. 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's a dribble drive, and get that out of here, says Weisinger. Shot clock violation. Collinsville will get the ball back with 1:16 to play.
Yes, sir. Zach Chambers fell down.
Weisinger took over for him.
And he did. He came out of nowhere and said, "No, sir. I got you, Zach. I got you, buddy."
Yeah.
Great defensive play by junior Jamori Weisinger. He's come out having a pretty good game so far here in the first half.
Collinsville will try to break a little backcourt pressure being put on by Lincoln as we approach the final minute left to play here in this first half. Here is Weisinger, near sideline, gives it up to Reynolds. Reynolds is out there calling the shots. Here is, three-point shot, Wilkinson.
And he let that thing fly quick, didn't he?
Did.
He had that one locked and loaded, ready to roll.
Seemed like it stayed in the air for about 5 seconds, too. Lincoln back at it, down to the final 45 seconds of this first half. Collinsville up by 4 now. There is Schilling. Schilling gives it up, and around the horn it goes, and Cage Kingsley now into the game. Dribble drive by Biven, nowhere to run, and that one is going to be knocked out of bounds,
yes,
and it's going
sir.
to belong to Collinsville.
Man, great job by the sophomore Chase Reynolds. Picks the pocket of, I think, number 24, Jake Biven, and that's going to bring Collinsville the other way with a chance to take the last shot.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Collinsville, they'll get it across the line, and Wilkinson will take it and give it back to Horace, who gives over to Weisinger. We're down to 15 seconds here in this first half. Weisinger over to Reynolds. Reynolds is seeing some extended playing time in this first half. Weisinger back to Chase Reynolds. Back over to Weisinger, down to 8 seconds. Horace, Weisinger, long distance three. That one misses everybody, and it'll go out of bounds to stop the clock with 2.2 left.
That was from the volleyball line.
Man, you ain't kidding.
Lord, no wonder it was short.
That was over there at the end where it says Virgil Fletcher Gym. I think he was standing on the M.
I know.
There is a shot and a prayer. Hits the front of the rim off of the hands of Cage Kingsley, and that's the way that this first half comes to a close. Collinsville will have a 4-point lead when we come back and get this second half underway. We'll take a break, though, and when we come back, we'll pass some halftime stats on to you. We'll do that next year on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at CollinsvilleBarbecue.com. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former K-Hawk graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are K-Hawk strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go K-Hawks! Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville K-Hawks on the K-Hawk Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of K-Hawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Back here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Halftime, Collinsville up by 4 points, 19-15 in this fifth-place game. And here are a look at your halftime stats. Leading scorer in this one belongs to Collinsville. That is Jamori Weisinger. He has 8 points. Right behind him is Jake Wilkinson with 7. 2 points apiece for Zach Chambers and Nick Horace. Leading scorer for Lincoln is Keon Carson's 7 points. After that, 3 each for Tyler Sauce and Peyton Cook, and then 2 points for Drew Hayes. From the lines, Collinsville is 4 of 12 from the three-point stripe, while Lincoln is 1 of 8 From the free throw line, Jayhawks are 1 of 3, while Lincoln is 2 of 4. Collinsville is winning the battle of the boards big time, 20-11, and the leading rebounder right now is Nick Horace with 6. All of them have been on the defensive boards, and the turnovers, Collinsville has turned the ball over 7 times, basically due to mental mistakes, not paying attention to where the ball is, and Lincoln has turned the ball over 4 times. Collinsville shooting 36.8 from the floor, while Lincoln is shooting 28.6. 5 second chance points for Collinsville. Lincoln has none, and that right now has given Collinsville that 4-point lead. That is a look at your halftime stats. We'll take a break, come back. Second half action. That will be coming your way next on the Jayhawk Sports Network. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Jayhawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Jayhawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you as we are just about ready for the second half of this 5th place game between Collinsville and Lincoln. After this, we will move over to the Consolation Championship. That is Triad and McClure North going at it at 4:30. Zach Roseman and Matt Clark will have that call, and then myself and Zach will have the 3rd place game between Belleville East and Rockford East, and then myself and Matt Clark will take care of the championship game between Quincy and MacArthur. Collinsville will get the ball first. They have a 4-point lead due to the Jayhawks. And inbound comes into Weisinger. Collinsville is traveling from left to right on your screen in this second half. And here is Nick Horace over to Weisinger. Back over to Horace. Nick Horace. Horace to Weisinger. Weisinger in front of his own bench, and around the horn will go Wilkinson, Remar, back outside. Weisinger for 3 from the corner. That's a little short, and the rebound bounces actually off the arm of Zach Chambers, and then Lincoln picks it up. Here is Carson. They'll swing it around the horn, then they'll put it up inside for Cook. Cook tries to turn around jump shot. Speaking of jump shot, I think that's what Zach Chambers just did.
Zach went for the old ball fake.
Yeah.
He got him up in the air.
Here is, Nick Horace leads everybody with 6 rebounds, all of them defensively.
Yeah, amazing. Out of a guard. That's just called being aggressive and seeing the floor.
All right, we're back to work. Here is number 10, Mr. Carson, underneath, and Cook. He was fed a perfect pass, and he was in the right spot to bank that one off the glass. 2-point lead now for Collinsville, 19-17. Horace and Weisinger trying to work it across the line. They finally do. Horace with a one-arm pass over to Weisinger, back over to Horace on the near sideline. Weisinger makes his move, and here comes a 3-point try by Wilkinson, and That one misses the mark. Remar gets the rebound, kicks it all the way back out front for Weisinger. Weisinger, I thought, had enough time to shoot another three. Here's Horace for three. That one skips across the rim. Zach Chambers gets an offensive rebound, puts it up, won't go in, but Zach will go back to the free throw line.
Big offensive rebound by Zach Chambers. And over here on the defensive side for Collinsville, at the end of that first half, we were falling victim to the back pick on the post being fed by the wing, and that's exactly what Lincoln did on that last possession, so keep an eye on that one.
Chambers now 1 for 2 from the free throw line after going 0 for 1 in the second half. We only had 3 offensive rebounds in that entire first half. We just had 3 down there on that last play.
Let's go.
Yeah. Second free throw also good. Back to a 4-point lead here for Collinsville. Here comes Keon Carson. Carson fires it over to Cook. Cook on the right wing and back around over to Carson on the left side. Up front, Schilling. He finds Sauce. Into the corner now. Biven back out front for Cook. Cook will just hand the ball off for Schilling. He'll fire a three. That one swoops out. Chambers, he gets one of those defensive rebounds. Here comes Weisinger over to Horace. Horace wants to direct a little traffic. Gets it to Weisinger. Weisinger in front of the scorer's table. Gets it to Wilkinson. Back over to Weisinger. That was tipped into the backcourt. And Collinsville, they come away with it after Carson couldn't quite catch up with that one. Now Jamori, they have a little bit of room. And that got cut off real quick. And now we're going to have a whistle. Not sure what that whistle is for. So it looks like the scorer's table wanted to call that timeout and talk something over with the referee. Not really sure what that was. Collinsville's going to get the ball back, and not really much of an explanation going on here to anyone. So not really sure what the stoppage was for, but we're back to action. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Collinsville goes back to work. Here is Weisinger over to Horace. Horace back to Jamori, over to Nick. Nick, he'll dribble just once, bounce it into Weisinger. Weisinger gets mugged. Looks like he got his head taken off by Sauce over there on that baseline.
Yeah, that was the old Rayshon Taylor head bob when you take one in the body. It works.
Yeah. We don't have to run around on the ground, flipping around like a dead fish. Oh, that's a nice feed. Remar bounces that off the glass without any opposition whatsoever.
Yeah, great dish there.
Like those soccer players do. They get, somebody taps them on the arm and they flop around like a dead fish.
I didn't say it.
Lincoln going back to work. Sauce to Carson. Carson outside for Schilling. Schilling to Cook. Cook, top of the key, pops a shot, won't get it to fall. Rebound falls into the hands of Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it to Weisinger. Collinsville, they're up by 6, looking to go up by a little bit more. Jayhawks trying to at least capture 5th place here in their own tournament after a first place finish in 2019 and a 3rd place finish last year. Here is Wilkinson to Horace. Inside, Remar just outside the lane, cuts through the paint, little hook shot off the glass, can't get it to fall, and then he slaps the ball out of the hands of Biven, almost got that ball back.
Yeah, they double team him. He had Jack Chambers on the post all alone on both of those possessions. He's got to look to dump.
Biven runs into a double team, and then we're going to have a foul called against Horace on the block.
Blocking foul on Nicky, Tony, Cotton, Horace.
Camden Nelson checks into the game for Lincoln. And he'll trigger the inbound pass. Does so to Cook, who finds Carson. Carson back over to Nelson. And Sauce with a shot, no good. Rebound. There's another one for Nick Horace.
Rack 'em up, Nicky. Rack 'em up, baby.
All the way around to Wilkinson. Back over to Horace. Over to Weisinger. Weisinger and Horace. They'll play catch for a moment. Into the corner. Wilkinson for 3. Yes!
Jake Wilkinson with another triple bucket from the corner. Puts Collinsville up by 9. Largest lead of the day.
Wilkinson becomes the first player in double digits. He now has 10. Around to Carson on the left wing. He cuts across the free throw line, gives to Sauce for 3. That one's a little short. And Collinsville, guess who gets the rebound?
I'm telling you. Click, click, click on the old stat meter.
Yeah, he's going to end up with an old double-double here if he's not too careful. Here is Remar driving in. That one's rejected. Falls back into the hands of Carson. Lincoln brings it up the other way, and Carson takes it all the way down for 2 points. 26-19. Collinsville still up by 7. 3:35 left to play here in this third quarter. Weisinger gets it over to Horace. Back to Weisinger. And across the line for Horace. Weisinger with his feet in the center court logo. Over to Wilkinson. Back to Weisinger. Over to Horace. To Remar.
There he is.
Remar, yeah. Chambers is just ready to go.
Right there.
Another three-point shot. That one hits the inside of the rim. Bounces straight up. And a whistle. We have a foul.
Yeah, good positioning by Zach Chambers, and I think he earned that over the back call. But when we get that ball to the high post, we've got to dump it down to Chambers. He's ready.
That one's against Cook, and that is his third. He'll stay in there, but Lincoln makes a couple of substitutions as they'll bring Drew Hayes back into the game, as well as Aiden Gowan. Here is Wilkinson over to Weisinger, over to Horace. Weisinger and Horace play catch for a moment over there in front of their own bench, showing off those catching skills in front of their coach. Yeah, whistle. Foul. That's coming up against Gowan.
Yeah, I like the ball movement out of Collinsville. Lincoln has sort of extended that 3-2 zone, pressuring our guards, but we're moving the ball well to keep that at bay.
Horace collects the inbound pass. He only has 2 points, so if he wants that double-double, he's got to score some more, but he's not worried about that. Here's a turnaround jumper by Remar. That was off the mark. That probably should have been just passed.
Just down to Chambers.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I can't say it enough.
And that one is going to be, well, they're going to call a foul. That one just got knocked out of bounds, but somehow or another a foul was called, and this one's going to go against Weisinger.
Yeah, said he got him on the arm, so that's going to be good for a
Right, that wasn't a shooting foul, was it?
Shooting? Oh, boy. Oh, Coach Lee's beside himself. You kidding me?
That wasn't a shooting foul. He was trying to bring it through the paint and bring it up to his other hand so he could shoot. But, oh well.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? First shot.
You're going to watch the little guy make some free throws.
Yeah. First shot is good, and Carson came in 0 for 2 from the free throw line, so he's now on the plus side. Next shot. Also good. So he went from 0 for 2 to 2 for 2. Now 2 for 4. Still a 5-point lead for Collinsville. Across the way to Weisinger. Weisinger on the near sideline. Sends it back over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson back over to Jamari. He's across the line in time.
Yeah, Collinsville needs to have a solid possession here. We've taken about 3 bad shots in a row and allowed Lincoln to get back in this.
There is Horace. He pops but can't drop, but the putback is good by Remar. Took a while for it to fall in, but it finally did.
Yeah, nice putback by Remar. That's a big bucket at this point in the juncture here.
There is Gowan. He gets it outside to Hayes. Over in the corner for Cook. Cook comes out of the corner, into the paint, out of the paint, takes the fadeaway shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to Nick Horace. Or excuse me, that was Weisinger on that one, wasn't it?
Or Wilkinson.
Or Wilkinson, yeah.
One of them.
The other guy that begins with a W.
One of them.
Having a hard time with my W's here. I
Hey,
used to work for TGI Fridays.
Purple got it. That's all we care about.
I used to work for TGI Fridays. That WW stands for waiter waitress. We were called Dub-Dubs. Never liked that, but I got used to it after 5 years of working there. Here is Weisinger. Maybe they'll call them the Dub-Dub brothers. Out to Horace. Oh, nice dump off underneath, and Remar turned around, didn't have anyone around him, and shot a perfect shot.
Yeah, nice dish by Nicky Tony, and Remar good for the last 4 Collinsville points.
9-point lead now for the K-Hawks. Here is Gowan to Schilling. He'll try a 3-point shot, and that's going to miss everything.
Man, back when I played, if that happened, half the gym would be yelling, air ball. Right?
Yeah.
But that puts Collinsville back up by 9, which is really nice because Lincoln was threatening there. And thanks to the last 4 by Remar, we're back up by 9.
Cross-court pass finds Horace, who finds Remar. Remar almost probably got away with a travel there. He came down and then bounced a couple of times.
It's not hard to do here
no.
this tournament.
Well, apparently, unless your name's Horde, then it's really hard to do. There's a shot, no good, and Schilling with the rebound. Here come the Railers in Kingsley. He'll fire the ball over, and around the horn it goes. Cook in the corner for 3, no good. And there is another one for Nick Horace, who puts a football pass up for Weisinger. No good, but there's Zach Chambers with the rebound and the putback.
Man,
way to help out your teammate.
Yeah, way to run the floor. The big 6'8" man just hustles down the court And, man, that is just Charlie hustle right there, baby.
Collinsville up by 11, and we're going to have a foul. This one's going to go against Remar.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Remar picks up his team's 4th, his 2nd.
Yeah, Zach's already got 2. We don't need 3 in the third quarter, that's for sure.
No, we do not. Drew Hayes to the free throw line. Hayes in this tournament, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And he'll remain at 1, now 1 for 3. 25.2 seconds left here in this third quarter. Shot clock has been turned off. And Hayes hits the second one. That gets his team back to within 10. Horace to Wilkinson. Wilkinson back over to Horace, almost overthrew him. Now we got Weisinger running up that far sideline. A one-hand pass over to Horace, back over to Jamori. 14 seconds left here in this quarter. Collinsville playing for the final shot. Here's Horace, Weisinger. 5 seconds. Weisinger back to Horace, inside. Remar gets pushed from behind, no call. At the buzzer, no good. And that is the way that the third quarter comes to a close. 32-22 in favor of your Collinsville K-Hawks. We'll take a break, come back, tell you all about the fourth quarter in just a moment on the K-Hawks Sports Network. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Back here at Collinsville High School, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville, after outscoring Lincoln 11-7 in that second quarter, did the same thing, only 13-7 in the third quarter, and that is why Collinsville took a 4-point lead and turned it into a 10-point lead as we enter quarter number 4. But you know, these Lincoln Railers, they are not going to go away. I believe everybody has a lot of timeouts left. I think each team only used 1 in that first half. We are back to action. Into the corner it goes for Gowan. They'll kick it back out for Hayes, who finds Schilling, who gives to Cook. Guess who's not on the floor? Carson. He has a rare breather right now. Here is Gowan. Gowan in the perimeter. Kicks it back outside for Kingsley. Around to Cook. Cook back over to Kingsley. And Gowan once again. He'll try to dribble drive in the perimeter, but that lane is cut off by Nick Horace. And now they'll give to Hayes. Hayes kicks it back out for Schilling. He'll launch a three-point shot. And once again, nothing but air. But, oh, he stepped out of bounds. That was missed. I'm right above Cook. He stepped out of bounds.
Yes, sir. But that's going to go for 2 points on Lincoln's side of the scoreboard. A little three-quarter court press out of Lincoln here.
Got it down to 8, did Lincoln, and a bounce pass over the line to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds bounces it back to Nick Horace. Horace with his feet in the center circle and almost threw that one away, but luckily Wilkinson's as tall as he is. If he was any shorter, he wouldn't have got that pass.
Yeah, he had the old go-go gadget legs there for that one.
Here's Chase Reynolds. Drives baseline, can't get the shot all the way up, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Good move. I like the aggressiveness out of the sophomore. And as you mentioned before, a lot of playing time here today, and he's done a pretty good job.
Drew Hayes, guilty of the foul. That's his 4th. And the Railers' 5th here in this second half as Chase Reynolds makes his first free throw of this game in this tournament. I don't even think Reynolds had any points before this, did he?
No.
No?
No,
0.
Your boy Saucy's back in the game.
Yeah. Saucy. And good for Chase Reynolds. Back to a 10-point lead for Collinsville. 6:50 to go here in this fourth quarter. Here is Kingsley. Gets it over to Saucy, who finds Schilling, who finds Cook. Back out front, Kingsley. Gowan into the corner. And back into the game is Schilling. Cook thought about trying to enter that paint. And Zach Chambers said, I don't think you're going to be able to come in here, sir.
I'm surprised Cook hasn't tried to challenge Zach more,
Yeah.
but he sure isn't.
Schilling in the perimeter. Cook now in the perimeter, loses control of the ball. Weisinger picks it up.
Maybe that's why.
Zach Chambers had to hurdle Cook to get down the court. And into the corner, fake three by Horace. He turns around, takes the shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to Sauce and Lincoln. They bring it up quickly. Here is Gowan going for three from the right side. That's nothing but net. Timeout called by Lincoln. We will step aside as well. It is just a 30-second timeout, so we'll step aside for that long and be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Jayhawks are up 34-27. We have 6:02 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville with the ball. Here is Chase Reynolds. He gets it up to Weisinger. Weisinger over to Reynolds. Across the line it goes to Horace. Underneath, Chambers almost had it while he was in midair. Fights it off. Count the bucket and one.
There we go. Nice, solid move by Zach Chambers, and that'll put him at the free throw line for a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
If he connects it, Collinsville will go back up by 10. And Chambers does just that. 37-27. Collinsville with the 10-point lead. Coach Lee did not wear his purple blazer today. I guess he only brings those out for the championship game.
For trophies.
Yeah. Here is young Mr. Carson, who's back into the game. I told you he doesn't ride the bench much. Gowan thought about the three, but Horace cut that lane off quickly. Now a bounce pass finds Cook, but just barely. Back outside for Gowan, over to Carson. Carson, he's not afraid to go in the paint. And over on the three-point side, a shot, no good. Schilling with the rebound, had it knocked out of his hands by Chase Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to get pegged with a foul.
Yep, got him on the wrist before the ball went out of bounds. And
his first, team fifth.
So Collinsville has one to give before the bonus.
Schilling, or excuse me, it is Schilling. Schilling will inbound. Peyton Cook for three, no good. And another rebound for Nicky Tony. Gets it up quickly to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds fires it over to Weisinger. Wilkinson, back over to Reynolds. Inside now for Horace, back outside for Reynolds. And now Jamori Weisinger with it. Toward the top of the key, gives it up, and a little no-look two-hand pass by Chase Reynolds. Finds Horace. Horace underneath. Chambers, nice move, good for two.
Man, great ball movement. Swing it, go to the high post, dump it to the low post. That's what we were talking about earlier, and Horace got it done.
39-27, back to a 12-point lead here for Collinsville. A matchup of two masterminds of basketball, if you will, Coach Lee and Collinsville's Alexander. There's a putback by Schilling to get his team back to within 10. 4:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville brings the ball back up. Weisinger catches an over-the-shoulder football pass and will sling one just outside the lane to Wilkinson. Back over to Weisinger. Weisinger gets pushed by Gowan, and they almost got shoved into his own bench.
Yeah, Gowan tried to lobby the referee that he was getting hooked by Weisinger.
He didn't buy it, did he?
To no avail.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Oh, he's still pleading over it.
Well, I think it's a little late now.
Yeah.
Maybe just remember that. Put that in your back pocket for later. Here is Jamori Weisinger at the free throw line, and he'll miss. And the rebound belongs to Lincoln. Weisinger came in just 2 for 4 from the free throw line. And underneath, loose ball, and now it's going to be a jump ball, but the possession arrow is in favor of Collinsville.
Yeah.
The Hawks are going to get the ball back.
Hey, Jamori Weisinger sacrifices his body, goes down on the hard court. A lot of hustle out of these K-Hawks today, both last night and today. They look like a different team.
Yeah.
than against Rockford East. So I like it.
Halfway through quarter number 4, Collinsville with a 10-point advantage. Here is Weisinger. He streaks up the near sideline, puts up a shot, no good, falls down into the hands of Schilling. Schilling, he'll stop and wait for his teammates to catch up with him, and he'll backhand it. And now Gowan over to Carson. Carson in front of his bench. He'll dribble and cuts through the lane, gives it to Cook. Cook for 3, good.
Ooh, that's a big bucket for Lincoln Rail Splitters and Mr. Cook.
Lincoln wants to take a timeout. Once again, it is a 30-second timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Back here at the 38th Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic. Todd Duke is my name. Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. We have 3:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter of this fifth place game between Collinsville and Lincoln. Across the line it goes to Nick Horace. Horace over to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds underhands the ball to Weisinger. Weisinger dribbles and bounces a pass into the corner and gets it right back. Good thing, too, because Chase Reynolds was about ready to be double-teamed. Weisinger stays out in front of the perimeter. Gets it over to Wilkinson. Weisinger back over to Chase Reynolds. He'll launch a three-point shot. Hits the front of the rim. And the rebound handled by Lincoln. They give it to Carson. Carson brings it back up over on the right wing. Under 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. To Schilling. To Carson. Carson looking for some room to move. None there. Gives up the ball. And now Schilling with it over to Cook. Cook. He's going to try that paint. Man. Tell you what, Chambers cutting him off every time he tries to enter the lane.
And Zach called a travel on him.
Yeah, he did.
Mid-defense.
Yeah, he's wearing the wrong colors, though.
That was awesome.
He doesn't have the black and white stripes on. And shot clock down to 3. Here is Cook. He goes in, takes the shot, and a foul is going to be called. And that one's going to go against Weisinger. That should be his third. Sixth team foul. Railers have already committed 7, so one more from Collinsville, and both of these teams will be shooting from the bonus. Back at the free throw line is Peyton Cook. 7-point game now, and now it's an 8-point game. Lincoln not going away, and I wouldn't expect them to.
No.
One more shot coming for Cook. And it's on the way, and no good. And the rebound is going the other way. It's off of the body of Gowan, and Collinsville will keep the ball, and they have a 6-point lead. Here is Weisinger on the near sideline. Over to Horace. Collinsville trying to get out of this backcourt pressure. They do so. And now we're going to have a foul against Carson as he just kind of shoved Chase Reynolds in the back right when Reynolds was getting rid of that ball. Carson's first, team 8th, 1-and-1 time for Chase Reynolds.
Sophomore number 4, Chase Reynolds at the line. Going to be important for Collinsville to knock the free throws down the stretch here, because you know they're going to have plenty of chances.
We have talked about that ad nauseum at this tournament, man. These free throws are so huge. When you get an opportunity for free points, man, you have got to capitalize, and a lot of teams here have not. And Reynolds hit the first one. The second one went in and then just crawled back out. Here is Carson. Collinsville back up by 7, down to 2:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Over to Gowan. Around the horn it goes to Carson. Carson, Schilling, 3. That's off the mark. That's 3 times that Schilling has taken a 3-point shot, and all 3 have been air balls.
He has not sniffed the iron yet. That's a big miss, too.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
Lincoln needed a high percentage shot there, and they just didn't get it.
I think he hit the rim once, so he's taken 4 3-point shots and has not made 1. If he makes half of them, that's 6 points, and this is a 1-point game. And now it's even longer as Weisinger flies in from the baseline, and gets a little help from the rim in the process. Schilling picks up his second. It is the team's 9th. And Jamori up at the free throw line, shooting 1. He now sits at 10 points, looking for 11. He and Wilkinson and Chambers are all in double digits. Missed on that one, 42-33, 9-point lead for Collinsville. Minute 40 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Here is Sauce, and he gets fouled by Chambers. His older brother over there yelling at him.
He's been vocal the whole game.
Oh, yeah. He was fun to watch, too.
All the Chambers boys. We've been through several of them,
I think so, yeah. One's just as big as the next.
I think they keep getting bigger.
Somehow or another.
Zach's the biggest one.
The mom is like, they got all the genes from their dad.
Ooh.
He constantly chats over there, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun when you're not broadcasting a game and you can listen to him. It's fun. Foul on the play.
They're going to call the foul on Wilkinson?
I don't know.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Yeah. K-Hawks are up by 9, 1:39 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
I mean, they were just boxing out. The other guy trips, and they say Wilkinson was holding on to him. Darren Lee's going to give him an earful here.
Yeah.
He's trading places, Nick.
Yeah.
Get him out of there.
Schilling at the free throw line for the first time here in this game and the first time in the tournament. First one is good, and it's now an 8-point contest. 1:39 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 5th place is on the line, and it's good again. Collinsville will get the ball and bring it up court. They can waste some time if they would like, but remember we have that shot clock. They'll throw it across the way to Weisinger. Weisinger races up that far sideline, bounces it out to Horace, back to Jamori. Jamori in front of the scorer's table, 90 seconds to play here in this fourth quarter. Back out to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds over to Horace. Weisinger comes into the perimeter and heads right back out. He's getting double teamed from behind. They were trying to pick his pocket, but they couldn't catch up with him. Back out front, we'll go to Chase Reynolds, down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chase Reynolds out near midcourt, gives to Weisinger. He'll pop it from inside the perimeter, off the rim, no good, and a foul called on the rebound.
They're going to get Nicky?
Might go against Collinsville. They are going to get Nicky. 7-point game, 1:05 to go. Each team now with 9, and back to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 is Schilling. It is way too early for that, man. Way too early to be yawning, especially with a hot microphone. Schilling back at the charity stripe. Hits the first one, stays up for another. Tell you what, when they need it, they got it. Schilling, that's 3 in a row for him.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're 2 buckets away from tie.
Yeah. Next one. Oh, that one's no good. Chambers, he collects the rebound. He gets double teamed on defense, but they held their own. There is Weisinger, and that's going to go right in.
Oh, no.
Chris Keller was ready to catch a basketball coming his way. That's a costly turnover, man. That might
didn't
hurt.
even jump. He just watched it sail over his head.
Yeah, well, nothing he could do.
Oh, good Lord.
He left his go-go gadget arms in the shop.
Yeah, they don't make them that long.
Here is Carson. Under a minute to go here in the fourth. Gowans to Carson. Carson on the left wing. Back out front for Hayes. To Schilling. Back over to Carson. Into the paint. And he throws it away. If Collinsville can keep it, they can't. It's on the ground still. Just latch onto it, boys. Timeout. Called by Lincoln just in time.
He didn't have possession.
Nobody had possession.
He didn't have possession.
No one had possession.
That's crazy. You can't call timeout without possession of the basketball.
So you revert back to who had possession last? I don't know.
That's crazy.
It is. It was a 60-second timeout, but we'll go ahead and keep it here for this one. We have 40.1 seconds to go. Collinsville has a 6-point lead, which is a 2-possession game, and Lincoln, they have the ball.
Yeah, I think the referee on the sideline was standing next to Coach Alexander, and I think he just heard him yell timeout and reacted, you know.
Yep.
because he wasn't even close to being able to see who had possession. At any rate,
no one did at that point.
No. At any rate, 40.1 seconds left in the game. Collinsville's up by 6. Low-scoring affair here, 42 to 36.
We've had a lot of low-scoring games here this year.
Typical versus Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
But like you said, Lincoln, they don't ever think they've lost until the buzzer blows.
That's
man.
right.
These guys have fight and gumption.
That they do, and they're going to put some of that to work here as they are down by 2 possessions. And 40 seconds left on the clock. 18 seconds, by the way, left on the shot clock. So Lincoln has 18 seconds to try to get at least 1 bucket in. And they're going to try, no good. And the rebound is battled for. Cook under his legs, throws it up. And here comes a 3-point shot from Sauce, no good. Rebound, that's Nick Horace.
Back at
Horace
it, baby.
is in double digits as far as defensive rebounds are concerned. And that is really unbelievable, if you ask me.
I'm telling you, Nick Horace has shown hustle, gumption, basketball smarts, positioning, and he has had a lot to do with the reason the K-Hawks are up 42 to 36. We'll see if he can't ice this baby right here.
Horace at the free throw line, and he'll miss the first one.
Just a little short.
Nick stuck at those 2 points that he got in the first quarter. Oop. Got a little bit too low to the rail there.
Just don't step on your cord.
I'm trying not to. I got it draped over this way now so it's not on the floor.
2 missed
Horace
free throws.
missed both of them. 6-point lead remains for Collinsville, and a turnover by Lincoln. That might just about do it, and a foul by Schilling will send Weisinger to the free throw line.
Yeah, you really have to hit these free throws. Because if you miss the free throws, there's still 20 seconds left. Lincoln could conceivably hit a 3 and foul again and have time for another possession. So important for Jamori Weisinger to hit these 2 free throws, which would in effect ice the game, you would think.
You would. If he just hits one of them, I think you ice the game because that's a 3-possession game with 19 seconds left. First one's good.
There it is. Now we can take a deep breath.
Everybody else back here ready to play defense. One more shot for Jamori, and that one misses. Peyton Cook brings down the rebound, and we're down to 15 seconds. Shot clock has been turned off.
No foul.
No foul. Sauce for 3, and he misses it. Peyton Cook gets the rebound, puts it back up and in for 2. And a timeout called by Lincoln. It is a 5-point game, so still 2 possessions that Lincoln would have to sink. And with 7.7 seconds to go, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that or not. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. Back in a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke is my name. Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a fun tournament. I think we got a couple more really good games to look forward to. And if you guys are sitting at home or you're at work right now, come on out tonight here to Virgil Fletcher Gym and see the live action, because there's going to be some energy in this building tonight.
You are not joking. Afterwards, we're going to LC's. Anybody want to join us? Come on out. 7.7 seconds left. Wilkinson inbounds to Horace, and he's immediately fouled. So back to the free throw line for Collinsville. 5.2 seconds left. And right now it is a 5-point game. If Horace can make both of these free throws, then this game will definitely be over.
Yes, indeed. Nicky Tony, usually pretty solid at the line. We mentioned before, his father Andy raised all these kids in basketball.
First shot, no good. He's still stuck at those 2 points, man. He missed 2 down there just a little while ago.
I'm going to just speak it into existence. The number on his back is what?
3.
That's how many points he's going to leave with tonight.
Okay. Yep, you might be right.
Thank you.
5.2 seconds. Not a lot of time, and they shoot the ball up, knocked out of bounds by Chase Reynolds, and now there's 3 seconds.
Chase using that cornerback training to his advantage here.
Cornerback mentality, just knocked the ball away from the receiver. Here's a 3-point try, and that one's not going to work, and that's at the buzzer. Collinsville wins. Final score 44-38, and Collinsville wins 5th place here at their own tournament, and that relegates the Lincoln Rail Splitters down to 6th place. Nice to see Collinsville come back after that disappointing 1-point loss to win their final 2 games and at least take home 5th place.
Yeah, played really well 3 out of 4 games. They lose a game by 1 point. You'd like to be playing tonight, but can't be too upset about what you saw this weekend, especially like you said with the way they bounced back. So proud of these kids, and they're fun to watch. Everybody out there keep tuning in all year. And Todd, thanks for having me again. It was a great time, and good luck tonight.
Always a pleasure. Hopefully we'll see you at LC's. If not, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That is Dr. Chris McCluskey. My name is Todd Duke. That's going to do it for this contest. Stay tuned next as McClure North and Triad take the floor for the Consolation Championship. Matt Clark and Zach Roseman will have the call for you right here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.